guide Allie Fox had provided to help me keep my balance. Yeah, sure. I'll probably still end up on my ass. Allie was already halfway down the slope. She made a hurry-up sign to me. I closed my eyes and started off. Closing my eyes was not the smartest thing I'd ever done. My work boots skittered over a patch of stones. A branch whopped me on the forehead, and I came to rest leaning against a bird-limed outcropping. When I looked down the slope, I saw Allie had turned her back. She was probably hiding laughter. Her tribe, the Maruk, I'd read, did not believe in ridiculing others. Well, I had to admit I must look ridiculous. Clumsy in my overstuffed cold weather clothing, red-faced and sweating in spite of the icy wind. But dedicated, oh yes. I'd been hired the previous week by the Eureka-based Crimes Against Indigenous Sisters organization to investigate why 2 Native women had been murdered in Maruk County over the past 3 months, as well as look into many prior disappearances. The cases were not localized. Indigenous women have long been victims of mysterious crimes in areas from Arizona to the far reaches of Canada, from the Sierra Nevada to the Pacific. But Maruk and its surrounding counties, Del Norte, Tehama, Siskiyou, and Modoc, had experienced an ominous uptick in such crimes, and CAIS wanted to know why. So did I. I straightened, set my backpack more firmly on my shoulders, and started off again. This time the going was easier, and, except for a couple of near falls, I made it upright to where Allie was now waiting on the bank of the Little White River. To her left, the water flowed free from under an ancient arched stone bridge, but to her right, the river became choked by more downed trees, dead grasses, and boulders. I slid toward her on a pebbled patch of ice. She smiled, her white teeth a sharp contrast to her brown, weathered skin. We'll make a cross-country tracker of you yet, Sharon. Cross-country catastrophe is more like it. Nah, you just need a little more practice. Her expression became serious. This cell phone is for you. As I mentioned before, none work here except those signed up with the local provider, and at that, the reception is spotty. You may have to go into the village to make any calls. Thanks. I take it internet service is just as bad? Worse, I'm afraid. You won't have a vehicle for a couple of days, but the village is walkable, and I've arranged with my brother, who has a car dealership in the county seat, to have a Jeep delivered to you. The shack is fully stocked, and anything you need, just give a call. You have your keys? Yes, and my instructions and my lists. Sorry to sound like an overprotective mama, but I was one for a lot of years. Be careful on that ledge under the bridge, it's slippery. Once you're on the other side, you turn left. Yes, Mom, and in an emergency, you'll... I know. Okay, this is where I leave you. The killer or killers might recognize me, given the publicity the organization's been getting. I'll put as much distance between us as possible. She squeezed my arm, turned, and walked quickly uphill. I was on my own. The narrow ledge under the bridge was slippery, but I had the walking stick for balance. Even through my thick boots, I could feel the iciness of the water, and sharp stones poked against their soles. The arching bridge wall felt clammy and smelled of mold. Rustling sounds accompanied my passage, and I thought of bats. And then I was out on the far side. The light was fading, so I flicked on my small flash before proceeding. I scrambled left up the mud-slick slope, past a jumbled pile of rocks, and there it was. The old abandoned shack belonging to the sisters was built of redwood that had weathered to a dull silver gray. Its windows were nailed shut with many sheets of plywood and crisscrossing timbers. Tattered black shingles lay loose on its roof, some littering the ground. The single door was secured by a rusted chain and an odd-looking padlock. It seemed as if no one had entered it in decades. But I knew better. The padlock was difficult, even though Allie had given me